Introduction: the high cost of the good heart. Do you have a kind heart that often leaves you feeling drained? You believe in patience, in understanding, in loving people enough to help them change. You compromise, you forgive, you stay silent to keep the peace. Yet, you walk away from certain relationships feeling emotionally violated, confused, and smaller than you were before. You keep pouring your energy into a bottomless well, hoping that your kindness will finally be the thing that wakes them up. The painful truth is that to a controlling or narcissistic person, your beautiful kindness is not a blessing, it's leverage. It's the very tool they use to keep you chained. This isn't about teaching you to be cold, it's about teaching you to be unshakable. In this deep, vital session, we will illuminate the path from desperate overgiving to unyielding self-possession. We will lay down the 7 rules of the sacred boundary, strategies that neutralize their power not through fighting, but through detachment and dignity. Stay with us until the very end, because the ultimate freedom lies in mastering the final rule. And if you find value in this video, please consider subscribing. It's the single best way to ensure you don't miss any of our future lessons on self-mastery and unshakable living. Part 1. The fatal misinterpretation: when kindness becomes submission. Rule 1. Recognize kindness as currency, not cure. The first, most agonizing mistake is believing that your love or patience is a cure for another person's selfishness. You think, if I just give them a little more, they'll see my worth and finally change. To a controlling mind, your kindness is merely a transactional currency. A healthy person sees your compromise as an invitation to trust. A controlling person sees your compromise as an opportunity to control. They test you with small violations, a snide joke, a forgotten commitment, a dismissal of your feelings. Every time you stay silent to keep the peace, they learn. I can push this person a little further without consequences. You are teaching them how to treat you, and by remaining silent, you are certifying their abusive behavior. This is not peace, it is submission. Your generous heart is not a soul to be trampled. You must learn the difference between compassion, a wise, deliberate choice, and foolishness, a fearful, desperate plea for approval. Your kindness should be a free choice, never a chain. Rule 2. Abandon the mission to be understood. The narcissist's ultimate game is to draw you into their chaotic theater. You exhaust yourself trying to make them understand your feelings, your reality, or your pain. You lay out the facts. You plead with reason. You offer emotional vulnerability. Uncompromised clarity reveals this truth. Their goal is not to understand you, it is to make you doubt yourself. They employ the 3 Ds to keep you off balance. Denial: I never said that. You're making it up. Deflection: you're only bringing this up because you feel guilty about X. Doubt: why are you always so sensitive? Relax. Every time you rush to explain, justify, or defend yourself, you prove to them one thing: you need their validation. And that need is their leverage. You hand them the emotional reins to your day. You must stop trying to win the argument and instead recognize that the game itself is the trap. You are not here to save them. You are here to save yourself. Part 2. The psychological shield: How to stop giving them control. Rule 3. Trade explanations for assertions. Your words are valuable. Don't waste them on a person determined to misunderstand you. When a narcissist provokes you, they are looking for an emotional reaction, anger, tears, or lengthy defense. Do not give them the energy they seek. Your power lies in becoming a wall of calm, non-negotiable assertions. This is your psychological shield. Instead of arguing the details, I disagree with your recollection of that event. Simple statement of fact. Instead of justifying your feelings, my feelings are valid and I won't debate them. Internal validation. Instead of apologizing for a boundary, I will not tolerate that tone. I'm ending this conversation. Immediate action. You are not fighting for victory. You are merely stating your boundary and defending your inner territory. This communicates to the narcissist, I am not your puppet. I am immune to your bait. When you speak from certainty, not from emotional need, you are no longer playing their game. Rule 4. Master the art of emotional detachment. The highest form of strength is not the ability to conquer others, but the ability to conquer your own mind. A controlling person relies on your emotions, your fear of loss, your guilt, your anxiety to rule you. Emotional detachment is your superpower. It doesn't mean becoming cold. It means recognizing that their emotions are their responsibility, not yours. When they smile, you do not soar. When they go cold, you do not spiral. You stop living in a toxic rhythm where your internal peace rises and falls with their behavior. You learn to observe their chaos as a scientist observes a storm from a safe, dry distance. When they attack, ask yourself the stoic question, what am I truly feeling right now? Is this mine, or am I absorbing their projected frustration? He who cannot rule his own emotions will be ruled by the emotions of others. Choose to be the ruler of your own mind. Rule 5. Wield the silence, the most powerful non-reaction. The silence is the most potent weapon in your arsenal. A narcissist feeds on noise and reaction. When you stop reacting, they panic. They can't understand why their old weapons, the silent treatment, the dramatic sighs, the passive aggression, suddenly stop working. When they deploy a particularly harsh or provocative comment, do not rush to defend. Instead, take a deep breath. Hold a deliberate 3-second pause. Let their comment hang in the air, exposed for what it is. Choose one of your calm assertions, Rule 3, or simply say, thank you for that insight. The pause does most of the work. It communicates total composure and forces everyone present to witness the contrast between their immaturity and your dignity. You are not fighting. You are simply not participating. You have stepped off the chessboard and the game is over. Part 3. The path to unyielding self-possession. Rule 6. Reclaim your validation from the inside. The reason you stayed too long, the reason you kept trying to explain, is that somewhere, deep down, you still needed their approval. You needed them to believe you, to see your worth, or to love you back. Uncompromised clarity requires you to reclaim your validation from the inside. A person who seeks validation from the outside world is easily manipulated. A person whose value is internal is untouchable. You must build a relationship with yourself so strong that external judgment becomes irrelevant. Start by honoring your own reality. If you remember an event, you trust your memory. If you feel hurt, you validate your pain. If you set a boundary, you enforce it. When you reach the state where you no longer need them to believe you, understand you, or love you back, they lose their entire power base. You stop seeing them as a mirror and start seeing them as an echo, a noise that has no power over your solid internal structure. Rule 7. Build the sacred boundary, your non-negotiable self-acceptance. This final rule synthesizes everything. Boundaries are not walls. They are shields that protect your kindness. You don't need to turn into stone. You need to know who you are. The sacred boundary is a line you draw in the sand, representing your non-negotiable self-acceptance. This line is not a warning, it is an action. If they cross it, you act immediately, ending the call, leaving the room, reducing contact. The boundary protects your values. It says, my peace is more valuable than your comfort. My time is more valuable than your drama. A narcissist fears losing power, not losing you. When they realize that their actions result in the immediate and calm withdrawal of your attention and energy, they lose their game. You are choosing freedom. The freedom that comes when your mind is no longer ruled by anyone but you. Conclusion: the choice to be free. You now have the 7 rules to reclaim your power. You know that true strength is found not in fighting a person, but in conquering your own reaction to them. Remember, your calmness is the loudest declaration of your boundary. Your silence is the strongest defense. Your peace is the ultimate victory. Choose dignity over drama. Choose self-acceptance over external validation. Choose freedom over being chained by misplaced kindness. If this message has empowered you, please like this video, share it with someone who needs this wisdom, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel to continue building that inner strength. Thank you for choosing to be unshakable.